Okay guys, now I'm gonna tackle a very controversial subject where people will stone me. But this again depends on you as a trader. Now, should we use stops or not? Now, as you guys go through the course, you will hear me sometimes I'll say this is where you put your stop. So, you can, but then, there's a old saying that say, you're bleeding to death by 1,000 cuts. So if your stops are too close, then you can get stopped out all the time. That's the problem. You get stopped out and then price goes into your favor. Now, if you look at the levels that we are playing at, you'll see a lot of times it goes through, back. Those are kind of like not really trades you want to get involved in, because if you have close stops, you can get stopped out 4 or 5 times before the trade goes into your way. So the most important thing is you need to do your analysis, see which way price is going to go, and then find a level where you think like, or if this level breaks, then I'm wrong. That's where I will get out of the trade. Because I've been in trades where I was in big trouble because of stupid news announcements that you didn't know was going to come. But then if you look at the fundamentals of that currency, I knew it needed to go in my way on the long term. So I rode it out, and then eventually it came back, and I added to the trade. That's what I do. I'll add to trades. I'll work myself into positions, because that's what the market makers do to enter the market. They don't just take one position. You average yourself in. I will sometimes take a trade, it goes straight in my direction, then I'll start adding to that trade. If I take a trade that goes against me, I will then add to position myself in a little bit higher. So that's basically how you do it. And then if I can show you how to wash a trade, which means you're not scared of taking a trade, because if you're in trouble you can wash yourself out of that trade, then why would you need to use a stop loss? The wash can become your stop loss. But that's also dangerous, because it can sometimes backfire, and it can also get you into trouble. Okay guys, I'm gonna play a video for you for 3 of the best traders in the world, and hear what they have to say about stop losses. I'm a little bit partial here, so please don't crucify me. I do use stop losses mostly, but a lot of times I don't. I've got the stop loss in my head. I know it when I'm wrong, then I stop the trade. Okay, here's the 3 guys. Have a listen and then make up your own mind.
Is utilizing stop loss orders a good idea for your regular trader?
So I am going to be a huge contrarian to everybody else who said, be careful, have tight stop losses, But tight stop losses, I am certain, is the main reason why most traders don't make money. Because before a trade moves your way, it usually moves the opposite way, because the people in the market they have to make money from you, and they know they're going to close you out, because most of you have tight stop losses, so you never get to make money. I would say if you're confident about a trade, don't have tight stop losses. Have a big gap between your stop losses. So if it goes down and it backs up to where you want, you're still in the trade and you're not taken out. I would say stop losses is the main reason why most traders don't make money, even when they get it right. When they know the direction is right and they still get taken out, it's because of your stop losses. I say, don't listen to anyone who says have really tight stop losses. If you are confident, don't have tight stop losses. You will lose money, even if you are right in guessing the direction.
Are they ever a good idea?
They're good ideas sometimes, but then I would say, if you're not sure about your trade, then don't do it. Don't do it. It's a good idea if you have a huge position that, you know, over the weekend or whatever, some massive political event is going to happen, and by the time you can catch up with it, it's too late, you wiped out. So in that case, it's good to have a stop loss. But still, I would say, don't have your stop losses too tight if you can help it. You know, if it's you have to judge where you are, what time of year you are, what's going on geopolitically, whether it's safe generally to keep your position open without a tight stop loss. Stop losses, I would say, if there is a research done, that people would find is the main reason why when they guess the market direction right, they never made money, because they get taken out. And the people who run the markets, they know their game. They know if they go down before they go up, they're taking you out.
Stop loss settings.
Well, I've never used them. I don't see the point. I know that various spread firms do offer stop loss cover, and indeed some firms insist upon them, but I don't see how they're going to work in practice for highly volatile smaller companies that I'm interested in. The cost of the stop loss cover is very high in relation to the risk of invoking it, and I just have nothing to do with them. I know a lot of people think they're terribly important, but as I mentioned, I personally don't.
Do you utilise stops in your trading?
No, never use stops.
And do you think stocks are ever a good idea?
They are for beginner traders, and they are for people that have absolute strategies. As I say, you know, I average in depending on my trade, my reasons for being in that trade, and I'm aggressive. You know, if you're trying to put a stop on my size in, you know, it's not good. It's difficult for a start, you know, physically, but it's also, you know, not good for your nerves. As I say, I'm prepared to risk an amount of money to make an amount of money, and I tell myself when I'm wrong. I don't wait for the market to tell me, and that's foolhardy, arrogant, stupid, I don't know, whatever it is. This is my system. I would say, you know, when I'm teaching people to trade with a stop and you know where you stand. But I'm not really in the markets long enough for that to be a factor.